My tribal chief has returned. Your tribal chief has returned. Our tribal chief, the only tribal chief, has returned. I may need to get that brand new shirt that he was rocking because that OTC shirt was kind of hard, I'm not gonna lie. Y'all, we have a lot to get into. Well, not really, but I wanted to discuss my thoughts and opinions on SummerSlam of 2024, the standouts, the winners, and most importantly, the return of my tribal chief. But I just want to start off with that intro. So let's get into it. So, guys, SummerSlam 2024 was full of story. Very, very much full of story. And what I mean by that is, the wrestling may not have been the most elite wrestling. I've seen people online complaining saying, hey, what's going on with these matches? Why are they subpar? First of all, there was no match that was subpar. Every match was good. Was all of them 5-star classics? No, you don't need to have 5-star classics, but the story can push the entire match to a classic. You need story. Story is the most important key in wrestling. If you don't have story, what are we doing? You can have a 5-star banger all you want, but if it ain't no story, what are we doing, bro? Let me fix this a little bit, hold on. All right, cool. I'm just trying to let you guys see that I'm rocking the Tribal Chief merch today, so yeah, I'm definitely rocking the Tribal Chief merch because he came and saved the day. So let's talk about SummerSlam. Let's start off with the very first match. Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan. This match, like I said, not all matches were 5-star classics, but there were instances in this match that had you looking sideways like Rhea Ripley is sitting here holding her shoulder because Liv Morgan's giving her the beat down. Rhea Ripley ended up snapping her shoulder back into place on a multiple occasions in that match. She pushed her shoulder against the announce table to snap it back in place. She knocked it against the turnbuckle. This woman was not playing. She was trying to get her revenge on Liv. Then you had Dominic Mysterio out there accompanying Rhea Ripley. But the ultimate betrayal of the match is Dominic Mysterio ended up turning on Rhea Ripley and helping out Liv Morgan retain the title. Tonight was full of betrayals. It was full of betrayals. I kind of felt bad by the way Rhea Ripley was sitting in that ring, bro. She looked really heartbroken, but hey, I mean, there is a dude backstage that'll comfort you if you need a hug, you know what I'm saying? Me, myself included. But anyways, then we have the second match. The second match, I believe the second match was the IC title match. Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker. This match surprisingly didn't last long. This match was less than 10 minutes and Sami Zayn ended up getting pinned clean. Now, I kind of predicted that Braun Breaker was gonna win, but I didn't think he was gonna win that fast. So that was actually kind of a shock to me. But ultimately, Braun Breaker is your new IC champion. So with that being said, now we have our first title change of the night. The next match we have is the United States Championship match, which is Logan Paul versus LA Knight. Now for me personally, I wanted LA Knight to win this because this was gonna be his very first title match. His very first title match in which he was gonna be, he was gonna hold his first major championship in the WWE. LA Knight ended up winning ultimately, even though Logan Paul tried to have outside interference from Machine Gun Kelly and his other entourage. I'm not sure who they are. But ultimately, LA Knight pulled off the victory, pinned Logan Paul clean, and he is now your new US champion. Yeah! All right. Then we go on to the fourth match. CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre with Seth Rollins as a special guest referee. This match had a lot of story involved. This match was really having you on the edge of your seat because it's like, what is Seth Rollins gonna do? How bad is Drew gonna fuck up CM Punk, and how bad is CM Punk gonna fuck up Drew McIntyre? But ultimately, Drew McIntyre ended up getting the win. I honestly wanted Drew to get the win. Why? Because CM Punk technically got his victories by screwing Drew over 3 different times. So CM Punk already had his victories. But the only thing that had CM Punk meet his downfall was CM Punk, because this man was in the match trying to get his bracelet back. Instead of trying to tap out Drew, he looked at the bracelet that Drew was wearing and ended up taking it off of him. And that ultimately caused his downfall. So Drew McIntyre ended up pinning CM Punk with Seth Rollins, giving the slow count. I think that match was pretty good. People were saying CM Punk was looking rusty. This man hasn't wrestled a televised match in a year, okay? He hasn't had a one-on-one single match in an entire year. So what do you expect him to do? People are stupid, bro. Like, you expect him to pull a 5-star classic on his first match back? He has to break back into that, and he's not getting any younger, he's getting older. He did good for what we got, bro. Just chill out. The fifth match was Nia Jax versus Bayley. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I caught Summerslam after I got off work. I avoided the internet for any potential spoilers. So I got home after the CM Punk and Drew McIntyre match. I kind of dozed off a little bit, not because anything was boring, but because I was tired, y'all. I think it was 12 a.m. here and I was still trying to catch up on everything. But I caught bits and pieces of the match. Bayley is still showing that she is that girl. She picked up Nia Jax and powerbombed her, walking midway in the ring as far as that. And then Nia Jax ended up powerbombing her twice and then squashing her twice. I'm like, okay, that's it. Nia Jax is gonna win. But I thought Tiffany Stratton was gonna cash in because she had a Money in the Bank briefcase running down to that ring. I was like, hold on, do not do this, bro. But I think Nia Jax is the rightful winner only because Nia Jax has came back and proven that she has redeemed herself. She's better in ring, she has a better character, and she's keeping me interested. I can't speak for everybody else, but she is keeping me interested, and that I can appreciate. So Nia Jax is the rightful winner, the rightful queen, and now the rightful WWE Women's Champion. Where does that leave Tiffany Stratton? I have no idea. Then we get on to the sixth match, the co-main event. Damien Priest versus Gunnar for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now this match was really good. Gunnar was sitting here bleeding down his chest the entire match. Like, Gunnar already walked into the match with a messed up chest, but after all the chops that they were receiving, Gunther's chest was literally leaking blood. He was busted open, and they were having a hard-hitting affair, and it was heavy-hitting. When I say heavy-hitting, I mean heavy-hitting. But then midway through the match, we get Finn Balor coming out, thinking that he was gonna support Damien Priest, but ultimately when Damien Priest was going for the pin, Finn Balor put Gunther's leg on the ropes, turning on Damien Priest, costing him the World Heavyweight Championship. Judgment Day is in shambles right now. I'm not sure what it's looking like, but for me, I think the Judgment Day is gonna consist of Finn, Liv, Dominic, JD, Carlito, and I think that's it. With Finn Balor being the rightful leader, by the way. But Gunther is now your new World Heavyweight Champion. I couldn't be happier. Then we get to the main event. Solo Sikoa versus Cody Rhodes. Did I say that was the main event? No, that wasn't the main event. This was the main event. Now, no disrespect to Cody Rhodes and Solo Sikoa, but Solo versus Cody is not a SummerSlam main event, which is why I believe they had to make this Bloodline rules. And then on top of that, everybody was anticipating Roman Reigns' return, which is why this match was so quiet halfway through. When Roman Reigns' music hit, that crowd erupted. That was the loudest reaction of the night, probably of the freaking year. Roman Reigns returned as a babyface. Now, it looked like he was about to spear and Superman punch Cody, but he ended up doing it to Solo Sikoa. And people are complaining, saying, why is he helping out Cody, the guy that took everything from him? You got to keep in mind that right now, this is more than just about the title. This is about family. This man is taking his tribal chief spot. You're gonna want to go after that person that is taking your title, your actual title of tribal chief. We're not about no WWE title right now. And I'm sorry to say, but the WWE title is not gonna play second place to the Bloodline. Only because the Bloodline story is going to carry SmackDown. Now, that's not saying that Cody is not a major player, he is. But this WWE title is gonna play second place to the Bloodline story. I'm sorry, that's just the truth. But I want to say this to say this, the match was okay. The match was decent. The match was going to end up having interferences anyway to make it more interesting. We got Kevin Owens returning. We got Randy Orton returning. The Tongans came out and attacked Cody Rhodes. But at the end of it all, the main person that people were anticipating was Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns came down, Superman punched Solo, speared him, and had a stare down with Cody. Now here's the thing. Roman Reigns, just because he's a babyface, does not mean that he's gonna be tag teaming with Cody. He's gonna be friends with Cody. No, they're not friends. They're not friends. Roman still doesn't like Cody. Roman couldn't give two fucks about Cody. The only thing Roman cares about is his title of tribal chief, which Solo Sikoa is self-proclaiming himself to be because nobody really appointed him tribal chief. No family member came on to appoint him tribal chief. Family actually appointed Roman as the tribal chief. Nobody actually did that for Solo. Solo's walking around here wanting to be tribal chief, to portray a tribal chief, but he's not a tribal chief. Now, another thing I will say is Solo Sikoa, as much as we don't want to see him as the tribal chief, this man has been doing some of the best character work of his career. Now, I do miss him being a street champ a little bit, but him being the self-proclaimed tribal chief is kind of interesting, but he is no Roman Reigns. Let me tell you why. Roman Reigns came out, right? Roman Reigns screams aura. This man has, my boy Ross, shout out to Ross. Ross said this best. Roman Reigns has the aura of over 9,000. Dragon Ball Z reference. Roman's aura is unmatched. Now, another aspect of this is Jacob Fatu ended up taking out Cody on a table before all this transpired. Now, it looked like Jacob Fatu got himself injured. I'm not sure if it's legit or not. I have to do my research and check. So, come to find out, Jacob Fatu is actually in a boot and he hurt himself legitimately by crashing through the announce table. Unfortunate, but hey, at least it's not serious. But I don't know if he was just playing it off or if it's a legit injury. But I can see this happening because they don't want Jacob Fatu and Roman face to face, because let me tell you why. Roman is still gonna outshine Jacob Fatu. Aura-wise, Jacob Fatu can wrestle his ass off, but they want to save Jacob Fatu and Roman for a later interaction, which is why they had Jacob Fatu sit out there to not confront Roman Reigns right now, because that's going to outshine him versus Solo. So my thing is, Roman is only concerned about the family right now. Where does this leave Jimmy and Jay? I have no idea. I'm actually surprised that Jimmy didn't return tonight, because I was expecting his music to hit first. But Jimmy did not return, Jay did not return, well, Jay did not come out, and I don't know. We're gonna see how they facilitate the Usos get into this, because Jay's on Raw, and keep in mind that Roman Reigns was never drafted in the 2024 draft. So he could go to either Raw or SmackDown to bring Jay over there to SmackDown. So I don't know how that's gonna play out, but it should be very interesting, because the Bloodline story is finna cook. So is the Judgment Day story on Raw. We're about to have some compelling stories on both shows, and it's gonna cook. It's gonna cook. Triple H is gonna finna produce that heat, as he always does. But SummerSlam to me overall was an A show. It was an A show. I won't say A+ show, but it was an A show. Only because it did what it needed to do. It set up a lot of compelling stories for Bash in Berlin and Bad Blood and possibly Survivor Series. So we're gonna see how they continue to push these storylines out, because I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I'm excited. I'm ready to see what they cook. Because for me personally, we're gonna see what Roman brings to the table, what he has to say Friday if he's on Friday Night SmackDown, and we're gonna see how this whole Judgment Day storyline play out on Raw. So you guys keep looking out for that, and look out for more videos too, because I may review some of the shows, might. So make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, and comment down below some ideas that you want to see on the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.